when you would, be in front of the room in CCP and you would talk about, disconnecting to some extent, and detach and all of that. What did you mean by that?
Just because it was on the back end of discussing it about Sam, I think it was that, is that the whole process is human. It's relationships, and it's emotional, and it's social, and it's not just math and design. And so when in CCP, when we would lay that out, that it's like, we just taught you all these things about MAP, but now let's talk about this person having 30 years of mental abuse to themselves, right? All that shit means nothing relative to what you need to take care of here now. So if you are gonna really care about that person, I'm just giving you forewarning that when that adds up to more than 100 and it gets to 200 and 300, it's very difficult. And so I would give systems and structure to say, this is what you're gonna call it when you're just like, listen, I've been told by James and he said this, so I'm just gonna try it. I'm gonna detach from that real deep care that I have for that person. And it would feel like I'd throw the holy water around the room because people felt really bad about doing that. I don't know if you can remember, some would be like, I don't feel too comfortable about detaching because it's in us. As coaches, we want to take care of people.
Yeah, we want to pour in. We want to be empathetic. We want to.
Because we got the energy to do it.
We want to feel.
Yeah, you want to be fixed. I can fix you. You're like, I'll do it for you.
Yeah. Hey guys, just want to say thank you for watching the video and take a second to talk to you about our app, CoachRx. So we built CoachRx to bridge the gap for coaches. And what do I mean by bridge the gap? So we're looking at a couple areas in which we're trying to solve for coaches on a daily basis. Number one being communication. We want you to be able to communicate with your clients more effectively and be able to connect them to what you're designing in program and lifestyles and nutrition coaching. Number two, we want to bridge the gap and we want to allow you to create more effective and efficient lifestyle, nutrition, and exercise programs. And number three, we want to bridge the gap and we want this platform to be truly all-in-one, something that you can build your business in, run payments, understand impact metrics, the whole nine. But I want to go back to that concept of all-in-one. So all-in-one is never truly done, but that is our North Star. So we're always working to make our app all-in-one. So we will constantly innovate, we will constantly integrate, and we will constantly update to ensure that we're just getting closer and closer to that all-in-one. So I can promise one thing as well. When you get in CoachRx today, you will experience the worst version of CoachRx because we are constantly improving and making this thing better. So don't take my word for it. Go in and start your risk-free 14-day trial and let us know what you think. But so that's detached caring isn't a lack of caring. It's a different type of caring, right?
Yeah,
it's
for sure.
It's setting boundaries. It's not getting too emotionally invested in someone else's emotions, right? Like that's how I would define it, where it's like, that doesn't mean that you don't care about them. That just means like, hey, when you walk out of that consultation room, you have to try to avoid going to your office and crying for 30 minutes because of what's going on in that person's life, right? So it's being there, it's being present, it's having that conversation. But once it's over for you, right? It's not over for them, of course. You have to keep that in the back of your mind, but it's over for you and you don't take it back to your office or, gosh, even worse, take it back home to your family, right? So when you used to say that, that's kind of what would go bounce around in my head. And when I would consult with clients, right, it was like, I just remember Thursday was a day that I would have 8 hours of consultation. Yeah, about 8 hours of consultation. And some of those days you're just like, you're white, right? Because it's like,
you just sat and listened.
Yeah, you get to like hour 3 or 4 and you're like hitting some caffeine and you're just like, I just have to put a face on at this point, right? And if you get so involved and invested, and because half of those conversations, you know this, man, it's like a client gets comfortable with you, they're not there to talk about bicep curls and back squats, man. They're just like, hey, this is what's going on at home. I'm having some issues in my relationship. Maybe they see something in you that they admire and they ask you for advice. And it's just like, that it could become quite overwhelming, right? And you're like challenging yourself because you want to answer everyone's questions, but a lot of the times you're just, like you said, you're just there to listen, right? It's like you're not going to guide this person to like a sense of purpose really in that one conversation, or you're not going to solve their problems. You're just like that sounding board, right? So I guess that would be almost another definition of what detached might be. It's like, I'm here to hear you.
Yeah.
But, I'm a sounding board. What does that mean? It bounces off of me, man.
Yeah.
Like what you're saying to me doesn't get inside of me and stay there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's tough. It's a tough balance because it's tough not to hear what they're saying.
Yeah.
Because it is an energy that it's got to go somewhere. So although you're detaching and you're caring, you're listening. Mm-hmm. So if you're listening, you're taking in information. And as you said, if someone repeats like 5 times over a half hour, something that's like really heavy, and that's after 6 hours in a day, that's difficult to detach from.
Hey guys, thanks a lot for being here and watching the video. And since you're here, I'm going to assume that you're looking to improve your knowledge, improve your coaching acumen, or let's call it improve your coaching wisdom. And we have a platform that is built to do exactly that. So we built this platform called LearnRx because we saw a massive hole in the fitness education market. We saw a lot of high barrier education that was inconsistent and that was updated every decade. So we saw that hole and wanted to fill it with high quality, broad fitness education. And by broad, I just mean from a topic standpoint, whether you want to improve your knowledge in program design, nutrition coaching, lifestyle, building relationships, or business acumen, we have you covered in LearnRx. So to learn more, head over to opexfit.com/LearnRx.